right down. This paint's pretty thick. Then I want to make sure this line's right. Start here. Come thinner, 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 thinner. So I'm going to start with large areas of light. So there'll be a block of ochre here. I don't even need linseed oil for most of this. I'm just going to take the paper towel, twist it. The small areas, when they start to dry, you need linseed oil. But these big areas, I can take the towel, turn it, and just wipe out the light. This is a nice way to check your drawing too, because here you can get an applied edge. So you have that light here, there'll be a little bit of light hitting the top of this building. There. And there'll be some, let's see, light at the top of this building. Turn it, light over here. And then a few lights down here. Now here's the case where you have to dip in if you want to get those little areas like here. Sometimes it takes your nail. You can scrape in, there we go, a little bit of nail to bring out some of the lights. See, this is real clean, nothing from underneath is coming up. And I can take the brush and come down, just paint that solid shape, and then bring it right up. So here we have the front of the bridge, then it goes over to the side, scumble. See how it took a little bit? This is what I wanted to show. Some of this gray that's on the surface is actually mixing with the yellow ochre to sort of tone it so I can get somewhat of a gradient. But before I do that, I should bring this pure color across, get the drawing right, and then some of this is actually going to hit on the top here. Now we're going to paint these 3 beams of light. There's these areas, there's like lights on the side of this building. We have one, turn the brush around, smear it down like that, turn the brush a little bit more, and right there. Now if you want to get the paint to sort of blend in the surrounding area a little bit, use the back of the brush once again. Remember, this is a small brush. And I can sort of take it and pull out the edge a little bit. As I was saying before, a few of these larger marks are a little bit too large. So what I'm going to do is I've just cleaned this off with a paper towel, the fine brush, and you're going to see me go in, take some of the color that's around the little orbs of light and sort of blur it into the mark I just made. By doing that, we can get it to look like it's radiating out, and also there'll be a little bit more, a little smaller, a little bit more delicate. So it's taking my wrist of my left hand and putting it down on the easel like this, just so I can support it. I'm going to attempt to paint some real fine, oh, that's not too fine. It's a suggestion of the railing. There we go. Now, since I have this dark on my brush and I'm right here, I'm going to go in and just articulate the shadow of the top of this bridge right here, where it comes up to that point. Now we're going to take the number 2 flat bristle brush that we were using earlier on and take some of the gray-green color that we were using down here in the water and for the lights, and we're going to use it to indicate some of the inner light within like the stone masonry of the bridge. Well, we've got a lot of gray-green here in the palette, so let's just take a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Real neutral gray-green. So back here, the far end of the bridge, we have this dark. The gray-green is in our brush. And we're going to take it and just illuminate the front of this bridge a little bit. There's a lot of warm reds, and so it's nice when you get that contrast. Warm against the cool. So I'm going to state that, restate that. A little bit here, a little bit down here, just to show, articulate the front. Then since I have the gray-green in my brush, it's like right over here, just press down into this transition, take some of the tone from up in the darkness of the bridge and bring it down into the shadows here. Then I'm going to press right through some of the light. I want to keep that subtle down there. Into this transition, take some of the tone from up in the darkness of the bridge and bring it down into the shadows here. Then I'm going to press right through some of the light. I want to keep that subtle down there. And a little bit up here in the darkness. I want to get this, see I'm patting that. Make sure I have a nice gradient from the dark to the light. Take the paper towel, wipe off the excess paint, and then maybe a little bit back here. Keep these buildings quiet. I'm making sure I don't pat down directly on these bright orbs of light. I don't want the background to jump too much. Now look at this. Since there's some warm on my brush, I can take it and press down into some of these harsh purple areas. Here's a little trick. If you want to soften a transition between like the edge of a building and the sky, just press right down at the point where the two come together, where the bridge meets the sky in this case. And that softens it.